And finally, and just to point about the global media, well, there's a big problem here, really, which is in part to do with the way the world of the media works. Because, you know, it's what I actually call the tyranny of the protest. You know, if you've got a public meeting and you've got 1,000 people there, and 5 people jump up and shout and throw things, and I know, you know, those 5 people will take the news that night. The other 995 might as well not exist. It's a problem. It's a real problem, this. And what we need to do is to, you know, it's like, you know, I just know the debates in the newsroom, right? If you're debating something like Ground Zero, someone who comes up and says, look, I think this is all very difficult. You know, I can see we've got to be fair, but I think it needs to be done in the right way. We've got to approach it very carefully. No, some person comes out and says, this is an outrage, right? They've got, you know, they're through the door. You know, this shows the Muslims trying to take over America, right? They're through the door. You know, this shows that the very fact that you're having this debate shows that the West hates Islam. I mean, one of the things that was interesting about that whole Pastor Jones and burning the Quran business, and it's a very important thing actually about what's going on in the world, is there are 2 important things about it. One is that he was trying to do it, but most people said he shouldn't, right? But the second thing is the fact that virtually every Western leader, including President Obama, had to come out and denounce him. Because actually, some crazy imam, some place in Pakistan who burns a Bible, we wouldn't expect them to have to come out and do that. Right? You wouldn't. This is interesting, this in many different ways. It's interesting because it is actually at one level absurd to say, but people were saying and could get on the news saying, this shows the disrespect in which the West holds Islam, which is in a sense ridiculous because he's a pastor with 50 or is it now 20 people you know, in his church. I mean, but the fact that it became a worldwide phenomenon shows it shows actually the relevance of what we're talking about here. And the trouble is this, and this is why the patient work that is about bringing people together is got to be done more forcefully and a lot deeper, because it will not have the same inflammable capacity to go and dominate the news. And that's what makes it very difficult.